Hello, and welcome to you all. I'm Juliana Correa, Regional Lead with the Project Management Institute, and I'm very excited to be speaking with you today on skills for the future workforce. I have worked in the education and skills sector for more than 15 years in Europe, Latin America, and globally. I have a master's degree in social policy from the London School of Economics and a bachelor's in social sciences from the University of São Paulo. Before joining PMI, I worked for the National Body for Careers Education in England, managing programs to deliver on the Department for Education's career strategy in the country. In my previous roles, I also worked with nonprofits, universities, the private sector, developing research, partnerships, and programs to promote education and skills development for children and young people. I am Brazilian and I currently live in London. So what we will cover today, we're going to talk about how this is an era of accelerated change. We will talk about what this means for professionals, and we will focus on 4 skills that will future-proof your career. Great ideas need people to execute them. As the profession responsible for turning blueprints into buildings, experiments into medical cures, and wireframes into creations, project management is a field for people who want to change the world. And PMI is the world's leading professional association for a growing community of millions of project professionals and rising leaders worldwide. As the world's leading authority on project management, PMI empowers people to make ideas a reality and help set the standards for the entire profession. Through global advocacy, networking, collaboration, research, and education, PMI prepares organizations and individuals at every stage of their career journey to work smarter so they can drive success in a world of change. PMI serves roughly 3 million project management professionals working in just about every country, providing certifications, community, education, research, and advocacy. For all those who work in project management, and for all the businesses, governments, and nonprofits who count on them, the PMI name delivers instant credibility. How we see the world also speaks to who we are. PMI is built around the passion and purpose of thousands of volunteers who shape our standards and care deeply about helping others succeed. We drive our work out of hundreds of local chapters to foster community. For more than 50 years, our membership organization has committed itself to advancing the field of project management, its reach, its quality, its impact, and how it provides the skills that allow people to drive change. It is our aspiration that to not only train those change makers, but to inspire and empower them. From children as young as 5 to those up to 75, we help those who want to improve the world. So let's dive into it. We can all see and feel how rapidly the world is changing. But what are the changes and how do they influence the world of work? Let's have a look. Pandemics, labor shortages, technological disruption, the environment. The only constant today is that our world is constantly changing. And this has profound implications for how companies organize and the skills workers need to navigate a shifting economy. We will explore each of these in more detail with a focus on their impact on the labor market. The first trend we'll look at is digital disruption in the COVID era. The impact of COVID-19 greatly amplified digital disruption, with organizations needing to quickly adopt technologies to enhance customer service, improve project outcomes, and facilitate remote working. Purpose, innovation, and an eye on the future will continue to guide companies in a post-pandemic world. What that means in terms of impacts on the labor market is the increase in remote working, so working from home or working anywhere, increase in hybrid working, so the shift between working from home and or working from the office, diverse teams, and digital transformation. The second trend we'll look at is the climate crisis. Awareness of the climate crisis is prevalent in society, but action has been slow. ESG and sustainability practices will need to be built into every project and process if we are to counteract the most damaging effects of global warming. Impacts on labor market means the increase in ESG frameworks and the need for net zero skills, the skills that are required to deal with the climate crisis. The third trend we'll look at is demographic and economic shifts. Demographic shifts, like declining fertility rates, an increasing percentage of workers aging out of the workforce, will push organizations to find new ways to alleviate worker shortages and close the talent gap, such as implementing equitable and inclusive policies to support age-diverse staff and attracting younger employees. Economic shifts have exposed disastrous supply chain vulnerabilities and globalization setbacks. With the right strategies in place, businesses can mitigate global supply chain risks and facilitate cross-border collaboration. Impacts on the labor market include increased need for globally recognized accreditations and skills-based recruitment. Global labor shortages and equality movements. Global labor shortages, exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic and the Great Resignation, are shaking up the workplace in new ways that have organizational leaders questioning how they can retain and attract talent. Organizations will need to create a successful retention culture, align on social impact initiatives, understand the importance of work-life balance, and provide greater recognition for employee contributions. Impacts of labor market include increased efforts for diversity and inclusion and a higher focus on learning and development. So how do workers adapt? A good way to remain competitive in an environment that is constantly changing is to consider the importance of working in projects. Projects are actually the conduit to all change, and working in projects can help professionals develop essential skills that will help them navigate this changing environment. I'll explain why. To meet today's rapid pace of change, the modern economy organizes work around projects, discrete initiatives that bring new ideas to life. The definition of a project is a temporary effort to create value through unique services, processes, and products. Projects have a beginning and an end. They are organized around teams, budgets, schedules, with a set of expectations that need to be met. Every time we need to respond to a change in our environment or create a new idea, a project is what we set up and run to execute that change. So who is actually in charge of setting up and leading those projects? Well, even if it's not your official job title or part of your official course of study, because of how pervasive they have become in today's world of work, most of us will play a role in managing projects at some point. And project management is the skill set driving that effort. It uses knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to create and deliver value. As the driving force behind progress and innovation, project management opens enormous career possibilities because it develops a set of capabilities that can be applied across industries. As the drivers for change, projects are run in different organizations and industries all over the world and deliver different types of services, processes, and products. Here are a few examples. The Films and Arts Awards, such as the Cannes Festival, entertainment and fashion advancements like the Gucci Town in Roblox or Studio Ghibli Park in Japan, scientific advancements like the NASA Webb Space Telescope, infrastructure and transportation initiatives such as Oceanix Busan, Metro Bogota, and Afrayo Express, and public health campaigns such as the NHS vaccination campaign. Professionals working in the modern economy need to be prepared to build skills that facilitate project success. So, considering the importance of being able to manage project work today, what are the skills young professionals can develop to stand out no matter the industry or initiative they choose to work on? In a recent survey conducted by PMI, we identified 4 top skills that can drive professional and organizational success in this economy defined by constant change that requires the continuous execution of projects to manage that change. These 4 qualify as what we call power skills. Power skills, which are also known as interpersonal skills or soft skills, are proving essential for professionals today. They are at the heart of leading successful teams, engaging stakeholders, and conquering challenges to project plans. The 4 top skills identified by our survey are communication, problem solving, collaborative leadership, and strategic thinking. You may be thinking, what about technical skills? Well, technical skills enable you to choose a method for achieving a particular goal, and they may be different depending on what industry or area you work in. But power skills are what enable you to actually execute on achieving that goal, bringing your entire team along for the journey of execution of a common vision. And that's essential in today's world of work, where more than ever, we work collectively across many different types of projects to bring new ideas and innovations to life. So let's take a look at each of these power skills and what they mean and why they are important. Communication. Communication is all about being effective in the ways we explain things, either by speaking or writing. The emergence of ESG, environmental, social, and governance frameworks in businesses contributed to an increase in the number of stakeholders that people interact with, both in and out of their organizations. With more people around the table, it is often common that we need to manage diverging interests. Communication is an important skill helping to create engagement and consensus over what needs to be achieved. Added to that, trends such as working from home have led to an increased reliance on digital interactions. The means we use to communicate with each other have changed, with many companies putting remote work communication guidelines in place to define when, how, and where to communicate with each other most effectively. This means the way we communicate may need changes and evolve over time as well. Mastering a skill like communication is essential. Problem solving. COVID-19 made us more aware of the volatile nature of our world and the need to be able to adapt quickly. People often refer to the present as the VUCA world. This means a world of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, which is also more likely to bring about issues or challenges that individuals and companies will need to overcome. That is why being able to figure out what is wrong and resolve issues can be a strong competitive advantage and is an ability in demand by organizations. Professionals' adaptability and openness to new ways of working, technologies, tools, processes can be helpful in finding solutions and overcoming problems. Also, given that 80% of our brain is dedicated to visualization, this can be an effective problem-solving tool. Visualizing helps people to collaborate and communicate. It enables us to be clear about our ideas and prioritize following actions. Leadership. A good leader is connected to their purpose and passion and acts consistently with their value. These are the types of attitudes that will help leaders to gather teams around a vision and objectives. Empathy is also an important characteristic of good leaders, enabling them to understand different points of view and better manage their team and stakeholders. Another important consideration is that the world we live in demands that we learn how to deal with stress. This is again something that is highlighted by the emergence of COVID-19. The situation has brought up important conversations about mental health and well-being. That is why leaders must practice and develop their ability to manage stress, both for themselves and for their teams. Ensuring a good working environment in which people feel well and are not constantly stressed is an essential factor for success. Strategic thinking. This is all about people's ability to see beyond the complexity of our world to find patterns and alternative paths that help them move forward. In a fast-changing world with lots of information, we need to be curious, constantly learning and interrogating what we know. This also means improving our capacity to assess risks, particularly expanding our scope to go beyond our projects and teams. This is again something that COVID-19 has made more apparent. Risk management was brought to the forefront of strategic thinking. One way to further develop this skill is by improving your proficiency in data literacy. Data powers businesses. Therefore, knowing how to access and analyze can be good ways to draw insights and plan actions. So let's summarize what we spoke about today for young professionals. First, we're living in a world economy defined by rapid change. Second, as we adapt to changes in the global economy, we rely on projects more and more to make new work happen. Third, power skills or soft skills are key in navigating this project-based working structure, and there are 4 covered here today: communication, problem-solving, leadership, and strategic thinking that matter the most. Fourth, we see project management as the professional field that helps us to develop these universal skills that enable the execution of progress across industries that help new initiatives succeed. The transferability of the project management skill set means that you don't have to be a career project professional or enrolled in a project management degree to benefit from developing skills. It's most likely that you will all work with some form of projects throughout your careers, especially if you end up in a leadership, innovation, or entrepreneurship position. So where do we go from here? You're probably wondering about how to take up the next step to develop your skill set. At PMI, we care about helping professionals build the capabilities that allow for success in a projectized world. If you're interested in starting to develop dynamic, transferable, and future-proof skills to achieve your career goals, I would like to encourage you to check out PMI's resources on project management for students and early career professionals at the QR code on screen. You will find free courses on project management, a learning library of articles and webinars, career planning tools, and opportunities to get involved with peers and mentors in our global community. It's a chance to boost your resume and improve your readiness for today's world of work to employers. I hope this is a great jumping off point for all of you to start building truly future-oriented, transferable skills for today's world of work. Thank you, and we look forward to helping you continue to succeed in your careers.